Good evening. You're tuned in to Emo Nightly News every moment online. In tonight's news headlines, UWP unveils 3 election candidates at press conference. Isaiah Thomas Secondary School celebrates class of 2026 graduation. Rio gives back to Collio students with school supplies donation. OECS launches 45 for 45 Changemaker initiative to mark 45th anniversary. Oil prices fall and global stocks rally following US-Iran peace framework. Police clash with Malawian protesters demanding repatriation from South Africa. And World Cup 2026, England impresses as tournament heats up. Details of these stories and more coming up next. Stay with us. Welcome back. I'm your presenter, Rick Francis, and this is the news broadcast for the 18th of June, 2026. In local news this evening, 43 students proudly graduated from Isaiah Thomas Secondary School on Wednesday, June 17, 2026, during a special graduation ceremony held at the St. Joseph Roman Catholic Church under the theme, Rooted in Values, Rising with Purpose in a Dynamic Digital World. The ceremony brought together students, parents, teachers, government officials, and well-wishers to celebrate the achievements of the graduating class. The event commenced with a procession of graduates, followed by worship, prayer, and welcome remarks delivered by Salutarian Keone Peltier. Principal Mr. Benedict Charles presented the school's report highlighting the accomplishments of the graduating class and the continued progress of the institution. Mr. Curve Charles, Chief Executive Officer of the National Cooperative Credit Union, who delivered the feature address, never allow the digital world to know what truly matters. He said to hold on to timeless values and maintain integrity.
We live in a world where people are often judged by followers instead of character, and where opinions sometimes spread faster than the truth. In such a world, your values become your compass. Never allow this digital world to take away what truly matters. You need to hold firmly to honesty, integrity, respect, discipline, accountability, humility, and responsibility. And these are not old-fashioned ideas, they are timeless values. Your qualifications may open doors, but your values will determine whether you remain in the room. People may admire your talent, but they will trust your integrity. The digital world may reward speed, but life rewards consistency. As you rise into new opportunities, remain rooted in the values your parents, your teachers, your family, your mentors, and community have worked so hard to instill in you. And speaking of parents, ladies and gentlemen, let us take a moment and acknowledge the parents, guardians, and family.
The ceremony also featured remarks from the Minister of Education, who encouraged graduates to remain committed to their values, embrace lifelong learning, and seize opportunities in an ever-evolving digital world. The minister commended the students, teachers, and parents for the dedication and contribution to the success of the class of 2026.
The world I want to say to you students, that the world you are stepping into is different result, fast response, fast money, fast everything. And that is why people are addicted to devices because they get feedback one time. The digital world is no longer a separate space to visit for a screen. It is the infrastructure of our daily lives. We have seen the dawn of artificial intelligence, hyper-connectivity, and automotive industry. I want to say to you that many of you will work in jobs that have not yet been invented. So if you're looking at teaching in Blackboard, you may be a teacher, but not like those teachers we have now. You are going to work in jobs that have not yet been invented. You are going to utilize technology that have not yet been developed to solve problems that we cannot yet fully understand. As your Minister of Education, my concern is not whether you can navigate a device or memorize a piece of code. I know you can do that easy, but my focus is on who you will be while you use them, on how you will steer your ship when the digital currents are pulling every one of those distractions and to compromise your values. The answer lies within your feet, rooted in values, rising with purpose in a dynamic digital world. In this fast-paced digital economy, when everything around you is shifting, when everything is designed to tell you what to think, what to buy, how to feel, your values will be what will hold you down. In this age, integrity is no longer about what you do when people are not watching. It is what you are about to post and what you are about to promote for everybody to be watching. So you should consider, is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary for me to share it? Will it uplift anybody before you share it?
Academic and Sports Awards were presented by Mr. Robert Geist, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, and Ms. Queen Thomas, Senior Education Officer for Secondary Schools. A highlight of the ceremony was the address by Tiana Marshall, valedictorian of the class of 2026, who reflected on the graduate's journey and encouraged her fellow classmates to pursue their dreams with determination and confidence.
For the first time in a long time, as I stood getting ready, dulling myself upon this moment, my mother's phone stayed quiet. Not because the battery died, the person you are trying to reach is unavailable. It was quiet because something had finally changed. And then I turned to her. It was quiet because something had finally changed. And then I turned to her and said, Mommy, we made it. Not I made it, we made it. We made it through the early mornings and late nights. We made it through the exams, the deadlines, the moments of doubt, and the days when giving up seemed easier than pushing forward. We made it through every obstacle that stood in the way of this moment. And today, standing here as valedictorian of the graduating class of Isaiah Thomas Secondary School, those are the words I would say first to the woman who never stopped believing in me. Mommy, this achievement belongs to you as much as it belongs to me. Ladies and gentlemen, today is more than a graduation. It is a celebration of perseverance, growth, and purpose. It is the closing of one chapter and the beginning of another. As I stand before you, I do not stand as someone called coarctation of the aorta. For many years, that diagnosis could have been viewed as a limitation. It could have been the thing that defined me. It could have been the reason I doubted myself. But instead, I chose to see myself differently. I see myself as a girl with a special heart. Not a weak heart or broken heart, a special heart. A heart that has taught me courage and resilience. A heart that has reminded me that strength is not measured by challenges you face, but by how you rise above them.
The vote of thanks was delivered by Shalana Uzeb, Student of the Year, before the ceremony concluded with a closing prayer by the priest, the school song, and the recessional of graduates. EmoNews extends heartfelt congratulations to the 43 graduates of the Isaiah Thomas Secondary School class of 2026 and wishes them every success in their future endeavors. This week, a kickoff meeting was held with the project consultants, representatives of government departments and key utility companies and other key stakeholders to prepare for the commencement of works. The meeting follows the recent award of a US $2.24 million consultancy contract to Saudi Arabia Consulting Engineering Office, PACE, in association with Corisub Inc. of Dominica, for the design review and supervision of the road rehabilitation works. The rehabilitation of Independence Street, Bath Road, Cork Street, Great George Street, Virgin Lane, River Street, and King George V Street forms part of the government's ongoing efforts to modernize the capital, improve road infrastructure, and create a safer, more pedestrian-friendly city. The United Workers' Party, UWP, today officially introduced 3 of its candidates for the upcoming general elections during a press conference held at the party's headquarters. The candidates presented were Danny Lugay, Delbert Paris, and Juliet Shillingford, each outlining their vision and priorities for the constituencies they hope to represent. During the event, the candidates shared remarks on issues affecting communities and highlighted their plans to improve economic opportunities, strengthen community development, and address the concerns of residents. They also emphasized their commitment to serving the people and working towards positive change.
Our city, the heart of which is Roseau Central, deserves better leadership, better representation, and better outcomes. I was born and raised in Roseau Central. My navel string is buried somewhere in MO4, and I grew up in MO3. So you can tell where my mind is, right? It's all over that voters list. I have an affinity for Roseau Central and the urban environment. My first degree from Morgan University is in urban systems, and I pursued graduate studies at York University to get a degree in human settlement planning. For many years, I served as chief planner. But I stand here not so much as a planner that understands the workings of a city. I stand here for you as an ordinary citizen, asking a simple question.
It's never been one, check the history. It's never been a community that followed blindly or had any sort of blind allegiances. We listen, we question, we debate, sometimes we argue. Then we decide together for the betterment of our community and country always. That, ladies and gentlemen, Marigot people, that is the Marigot spirit.
When I speak with the people of Rosenhof, all they want to see is Team Dominica working together. Yes, we have our differences. Yes, we have our disagreements at times. Yet, we pledge today to work towards the greater good of putting our people first. Yes. 27 years is a long time for this generation of youth to be in the valley of economic depression. 27 years have been a nightmare of economic woes for ordinary Dominicans. 27 years has been still stolen away from our youth.
UWP political leader Mr. Thompson Fontaine also addressed supporters and members of the media. In his remarks, Dr. Fontaine spoke about the party's vision for Dominica, the importance of strong representation, and the need for what he described as a new direction for the country.
So on this day, I call upon the people of Dominica everywhere to join us in our goal of making our country a better, stronger, and more prosperous place for all of us. As we face a potential by-election in the Rosal North constituency, I call upon the constituents to send a strong message to this government by rejecting the DLP candidate. Let us rally around our candidate, Danny Luge, a man who has earned your trust through his steady representation on your behalf in Parliament for about 10 years. And here he is again, and as you saw this morning, ready for the fight and ready to do it all over again.
The press conference forms part of the UWP's ongoing preparations for the next general election as the party continues to introduce candidates and present its plans to the Dominican public. EmoNews will have more from the candidates and Dr. Fontaine's remarks in upcoming reports. Popular Bouyon artist Rio has once again demonstrated his commitment to giving back to his community by donating school supplies, backpacks, and fans to students of the Collio community. Rio, who hails from Collio, said he was delighted to support the students and contribute to their educational journey. He noted that helping young people succeed is important to him and expressed hope that the donation will assist students as they prepare for the new school year. The donation included a number of backpacks filled with school supplies, along with fans to help create a more comfortable learning environment for students.
The goal right now, what I'm trying to let everybody understand is, no matter where you make it in life, you always have to come back to your roots and help your people. You know, right now I understand you all just had exams. You all just had exams. When exams start today? Okay, boom. So what I thought, well, basically, since you all just start exams, now in full term, September, school starting back, you know, and when I was younger, we was really poor. You know, in Collio, things was tight, a single mother, things tight. So, you know, we always wanted a little help. So I figured now that I'm in a position that I can help everyone, you know, regardless if someone's struggling or not. And to make sure I lift up everybody's spirit, make sure everybody happy. So, you know, all the mothers and fathers, when September coming, you haven't got a bunch of things to buy. So you can enjoy your summer, run and play in the river, play cricket on the road, ride bicycle. Your mommy and daddy haven't got to worry about those things, okay? So I try my best to, you know, provide some school supplies for everyone. So the school has 31 students. 31 students, so I make sure I get 31, maybe even 32 bags full of, how much? I think I have an extra one that you can get it. No problem, no, I got extra bag, so I think you can get it. You know, I want to make sure every student gets a school bag with school supplies, so you know, September rich. That little money your mother would have taken to buy a school bag, you can take it and buy ice pop and, you know, you can free up, okay?
Speaking during the presentation, Rio emphasized the importance of community support and encouraged others who are able to contribute to initiatives that benefit children and education. Students and community members expressed gratitude for the generous gesture, describing it as a meaningful contribution that will positively impact many families. The donation reflects Rio's continued dedication in supporting his hometown and investing in the future of the community's young people. The students enjoyed a little performance as well. Let's take a look.
Shit from New York to the A. No time to waste my bills on pay. Yeah, boy. Love it. Hey, let's go now. Wow, love it. Wow. Yo, love it. Wow, that is it. Love it. Wow, hey. Love-it-do, yeah, you don't know. We dance them. Link the crew, what you do? Get some girl, set the mood. Love-it-do is the anthem.
And that's all for local news this evening. Stay tuned for regional news coming up next.
Celebrate this Father's Day with us on Saturday, June 20th. It's game time at Blast Bistro.
Father's Day special idea.
Bring dad or step up as dad in the father and son or father versus father domino showdown. Starting 5 p.m. sharp, enjoy live sports, old school hits, and pure Caribbean vibes. Grab the daddy combo. 6 beers, 8 wings for just $50.
Grab it.
Plus, shots 2 for $10, rum punch specials, and beer buckets with prizes to be won.
Prizes too.
Don't miss the action, only at Blast Bistro. Come for the game, stay for the laugh.
I am that.
And now for regional news. The Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, or OECS, has launched its 45 to 45 Changemaker initiative as part of its 45th anniversary celebrations. The program encourages citizens across the region and the diaspora to complete acts of service and community engagement by June 30, 2026. Participants can get involved through activities such as community and beach cleanups, mentoring youth, assisting the elderly, tree planting, food drives, and donating school supplies. OECS Director General Dr. Didakos Jules says the initiative promotes self-reliance, regional integration, and community resilience. Participants will be recognized as OECS 45 to 45 Changemakers, receiving digital certificates and recognition on the OECS Digital Wall of Service. The Commission is encouraging everyone to take part and help make a positive impact in their communities. The countdown to the 14th Caribbean Conference on Comprehensive Disaster Management, or CDM-14, is underway in Georgetown, Guyana. The event was officially launched by the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency, CDEMA, and the Government of Guyana during a high-level partnership breakfast attended by regional leaders and development partners. Delivering the keynote address, Prime Minister Brigadier Mark Phillips highlighted the theme, Resilience as Statecraft, Governing at the Speed of Risk. Speakers emphasized the importance of partnerships and collective action in strengthening regional resilience ahead of CDM-14, which takes place in Georgetown from December 7th to 12th, 2026, under the theme, Sustainable Communities, Resilient Sectors, Safer States. And that's all for regional news this evening. Stay tuned for international news coming up next. And now for international news. Global oil prices fell and stock markets rose on Thursday following a framework agreement between the United States and Iran aimed at easing tensions and stabilizing energy markets. Brent crude dropped 2.3% to about $77.73 per barrel after climbing above $81 earlier this week amid fears of renewed conflict. Markets reacted positively, with major Asian indexes posting gains and U.S. stock futures moving higher. The agreement includes plans to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, a key global shipping route, and ease restrictions affecting Iranian ports. While investors welcome the deal, analysts say it could take time for oil supplies and shipping operations to fully return to normal due to ongoing security concerns and logistical challenges. Violent clashes have broken out in Durban, South Africa, as Malawian migrants at the Sherwood Hall transit site protested and called for immediate deportation to their home country. Reports say tensions escalated after demonstrations confronted police, leading to unrest at the facility, where hundreds of migrants are being housed. South African authorities have since accelerated deportation hearings to speed up the processing of cases and facilitate the return of those seeking repatriation. Meanwhile, the government of Malawi is appealing for financial support and donations to assist with the return of its citizens stranded in South Africa. Officials in both countries continue to monitor the situation as efforts move forward to ensure the safe and orderly repatriation of affected migrants. And that's all for international news this evening. Stay tuned for the sports segment coming up next.
This summer, the Caribbean's premier music experience returns. Welcome to the 28th edition of the St. Kitts Music Festival, featuring the incredible Kilani, Fantasia, Beres Hammond, Luciano, Soca King Marshall Montano, Soca Sensation Voice, and Vaughn. Dancehall giant Movado, Idonia, and the new wave, Valiant. Also featuring Massacre, Cranium, Taurus Riley, Steel Pulse, Dean Fraser and the Black Soil Band, Shanil Mir, Diani, Rodney Tatat, and Zoo. The legendary New Vibes Band International, Brandon and ASAP Band, Shelly and Signal Band, plus Edwin Yearwood and Crossfire, Rukas HE, and Garlic and the Upper Level Band. June 25th to June 27th, Warner Park Cricket Stadium, St. Kitts. Get your tickets now at stkittsmusicfestival.com. The St. Kitts Music Festival, where music meets paradise.
Welcome to the sports segment. The 2026 FIFA World Cup continues to produce exciting results, with several teams making strong starts to their campaigns. England opened with a 4-2 victory over Croatia, powered by goals from Harry Kane and Jude Bellingham. Meanwhile, the Democratic Republic of Congo earned its first ever World Cup point after a 1-1 draw with Portugal, thanks to a crucial equalizer from Youn Wissa. Ghana edged Panama 1-0, while Colombia defeated tournament debutants Uzbekistan 3-1. In disciplinary news, South Africa midfielder Themba Zane has been handed a 3-match suspension following a red card in his side's opening game against Mexico. Attention now shifts to today's group stage matches, with Czechia facing South Africa, Switzerland taking on Bosnia and Herzegovina, Canada meeting Qatar, and Mexico battling South Korea. Off the field, FIFA says there is no evidence to support reports of ticketless fans gaining access to England's match against Croatia. And from a Caribbean perspective, Curacao scored its first ever FIFA World Cup goal